Okay, no problem.
By the way, I found a guy who's interested. I will text you his number, then you can talk to him.
Okay, you can ping me his number.
Okay.
Let me share my screen. Now you can see, right?
Yes.
So you understood architecture, right?
Yes.
So do you have any doubt to understand architecture?
No.
Make
Not
sure.
for
Okay, so just to remember the port number. Okay, so port number, always you go to that Dynatrace website and see the port number, because frequently they are changing and adding a lot of things. So because of that, it might be there will be a change. Okay, so sometimes earlier it was 8443. Now everywhere they are using 443. Okay, so they are changing a port frequently within the 3 months or 6 months. Okay, so whenever you are going for any of the organization for Dynatrace implementation, you should go for a official document for Dynatrace architecture page and check the port details. Okay,
okay.
but right now they're using a 443. Okay, now we are moving to, so this is your UI. So already you are aware of the UI and all. So now we'll go for a one agent installation. Okay.
Okay.
So let me log into Dynatrace.
I'm looking at the.
What happened?
No, you're not sharing the screen. I'm looking at the paint.
1 second, 1 second. I've said a complete screen. No, it's fine.
Yep.
Dynatrace. So again. So who is looking? Your friend, right? He's walking. Yeah, he's a fresher. That one of your friend looking for a Dynatrace training, right? So he's a.
I posted it on group, so he's just curious what it is. I told him yesterday, and he said you wanna start next week, and I'll text you his number so you can talk to him.
Yes,
Like
sure.
you can make us the same group.
Yeah. And that SaaS page is not opening. Okay. Today we have one trial. Okay, so now we are installing Dynatrace agent. Okay, So agent will be installed all the apps over your web server. Okay. So app server, your web server means it is a platform. The app server, your web server is running on some of the host, right? So we need to install the agents on the host. Okay. So it is not application perspective, yeah, JVM perspective. We can say that it is a platform perspective. Okay.
Okay.
So just I'll go to the deploy Dynatrace. Okay. Back to deploy Dynatrace. They're adding a lot of things. So they're asking for feedback.
Okay.
I don't have much time. Okay. Then click on start installation. Okay. So Windows, just I'll click here, download the installer and click. So I will download the one in the installer. Meanwhile, let me log into AWS console. So do you have AWS account, right? Last time I think you did that. You have created, I don't remember. I don't know what is happening to internet today. So you have any knowledge about AWS, Azure, or GCP?
Not much.
Not much, huh?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so I think this part is downloaded. Okay, so what we need to do is just a double click and install. Okay, so they're asking for check your internet connection, and we have that. Always you should remember that firewall that is not allowing. Okay, to install the agent. So firewall should be a disable. Okay, so anyway, I'm running that. So just install. Okay. Okay. So nothing was there, okay, just like software installation, okay, like Notepad software, yes, many of them, some of the system software are installing the same way we need to install. Nothing we need to do that, okay. So Windows is pretty simple, okay. Now we'll go for a let's finish this part, then we'll go, okay. Failed because then it is failed to connect and close HTTPS colon. You see the log file, C program one log, sheet agent host. What happened? One second, let me first load. Okay, let's go to EC2. So instance running. I'll create one instance. So launch one instance. We'll take a free tier. Okay, so I'm taking this part. Okay, so I'm taking t2.micro. Okay, then so I'll take add a storage. The same security group we need to do all traffic. Okay, and source from anywhere. So we should not enable the firewall. Okay, then launch the instance. So don't create a new KPI, name is agent. Okay, so download the key pair and
Is
launch
this
this.
necessary step?
Yeah, so that Key pair is just like a password. If you don't have the password, then you cannot log into the server, right? The same way,
Okay.
it's like a password. Okay. Now I need to open, that is called MOBA Extra. Okay. So session SSH. So we should know the remote host means IP. So server is running. So this is our public IP. Okay. So you need to copy this IP and copy here. We need to specify the username. Okay. So username for always for Linux host ec2-user. Okay.
Is this a standard name?
This is a standard name. And here we have a private key. Okay. So that private key that we have downloaded just now, right? We need to upload the private key. Okay. And let's check whether server is up or not. Yeah, it's up. Okay, so it's running, right? So now we should connect that. Okay. Now it's connected. Okay. So now we are in sudo user. Okay. So you should have that root user access. Okay. So sudo space su. Now we became a root user. You can see here, right? So this is our root user. Yeah. So to install the agent, you should have that root access. Okay. Now this is the fresh VM. Okay. So this is not like that VM we have used is a 1 year old VM. This is a fresh VM, right? So if you buy anything, right, a mobile, a laptop, anything you are buying from purchasing from uh, some of the shops, you need to install a lot of software, right? Yeah, a lot of apps you need to install that, right? This is a fresh VM. So we need to install a lot of commands over here. Okay. So to install the agents, okay, to install the agents, if I go to deploy Dynatrace, back to Dynatrace, okay, start installation for Linux. To install the agents, I need wget. Okay. So wget is mandatory to have that, okay, to install the agent. So first what I will do is I'll install the wget command, okay. So to install the any commands in Linux host, yum install wget, okay. In if other VM is the Ubuntu, then apt-get, okay.
Okay. Say that again.
apt-get, okay. And for Linux VM, Red Hat VM, yum install, okay. So the command, okay, to install it. Okay. If I'll install, if I'll use apt command, then it doesn't work. That is only for Ubuntu, okay.
That's so only for
Ubuntu.
Ubuntu, okay.
Okay, so now it's completed, right? Now the installation is complete, okay. So now what I need to do is, now I will go to the portal, copy this command, okay. Okay, and paste it here over here, okay. You should not have any space, okay. So make sure that you should not have any space. Check it here also. There any space? No, right? Now we need to run this, okay. One time. If you will take 2 times and 3 times, if you enter, then there will be some issue, okay. Then you need to troubleshoot a lot of things, okay. Copy this. Make sure that once you are logged into the server, you will be, make sure that you will be in not a sleepy mode, okay. Full concentration, okay. Okay, so you should not have, first you should not have any space, okay. Just enter one time. Now verification is successful. So second command is our done. Okay. Now they have added this part recently. Okay. So
Okay.
you want to, so here we have a host group. Nothing is there, right? So you want
Yeah.
to give the host group name Linux.
So it has to be Linux or Windows.
As your wish. Okay. This is like just like a WhatsApp group, WhatsApp group, how you are using. Based on that chat, yeah, based on that group that you need to suggest, right? We should keep this name, okay? So it will be very
Okay.
useful for us, okay? So that like same way. So this is the like family group, okay? So you are adding a WhatsApp group name is a family group, right? Welcome to our family or something, right? The same way is the Linux family. That's why I have added Linux, okay? That is the same like, okay? So same way, if it is a bit some of the application, this host belongs to some of the web server, yeah, app server application, right? There could be app server, a web server name, right? So we can add that host group name, okay?
Okay.
So it's a new host group. I've added Linux. So you want to modify the host name. So I'm adding, this is a BPI of hyphen front end, okay? So there is an application, it's called
What is
BPI,
API?
just like a application, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Then if you want to add any tag, host tag, we can add the tag name. So this is the, I'm adding a tag is called Linux, okay? A Linux host, right? So I'm adding a one tag.
This
That's
tag is
fine.
used to search, right?
So while searching, it will show. So if you want to add more tag, so I can add BPI tag also. So we can add here multiple tag, okay?
Oh.
So we can we have added BPI tag, Linux tag. Then I'm adding one tag is called AWS. So AWS host, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm adding 3 tags. Okay, this is enough. Okay.
Okay.
Now, so
What
this is
about
done. Now this is the property is not required. Then we'll copy this part and run to the server. Okay.
Okay.
Mix. Okay. Now you run. So here see that set say hyphen host group is Linux, host name is BPI front end, host group is tag is Linux, set host tag is BPI, host tag is AWS. So it was added, right? That we have added. So in that command, it was added that details. Okay. So recently, this features they have added. Okay. Earlier, we need to do it. We need to log into the server and we need to go to that configuration directly and we need to enable that. Okay. We need to
Yeah.
add the whole, this part. Okay. Now we can do it while while installation itself. We can do that. Okay.
Okay.
So now, just wait for 2 minutes. It will be connected to server. So now it's successful connected to cluster. Okay.
Okay.
Now you can see, right? It's a successful connected to cluster. Now we will go to the portal. I will go to the host page. Okay. Oh, desktop was also, it was already there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is my desktop. So our 5 days. Already I have installed the agent. That's why it was getting a fail. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So this is whenever we are installing an agent, we have to follow these steps.
Yeah. Yeah. We have to follow. This is a standard steps. Okay.
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 Is that the
So
same for Windows or is different?
Windows, just like we need to download the installer and we need to install that. Same like our computer software, right? That software you are installing in your computer, right? The same way, just use the folder click, okay? So this is the Linux family host, okay? So you can see that, right? So what we added? So we have added tag. Where is the tag? So host group, it was added, right? Host name, it was added. Where is the tag? Let's refresh the page. So environment is what we have added AWS, environment BPI, Linux family. There's 3 tags that we have added, right? And we have added the host group name. Okay, so this is the host group name. The host group name is Linux. Okay, is there any processes running? There is no processes running, no events is running. Okay, nothing. Okay, understood? Install the agents.
Yep. Just follow the
So
steps, right?
yeah, so CPU consumption it will show. Give me just you will wait for few minutes. It will consume the CPU details, all those things. So now you can see that, right? CPU usage is 10%, memory usage is 41%, disk latency is 5.98 millisecond, and network traffic is 463 kilobyte per second. Okay. Now you can see, right, CPU. This is the CPU details. Okay. This is a memory details. Okay. This is a NIC. This is your we have only one disk. So if you want to see the contribution of disk, so we have only slash. Okay, we have only root directory. We have not added created any directory or anything, right? If you create, then it will be added here. Okay. So throughput, IOPS, disk latency, disk space usage, and inodes available. Okay. So we have only one nodes. Understood?
Um, so this space is like the memory, right? Memory taking.
What?
What is this space?
Latency, right?
Well, in general, what is this measuring? Is it the memory usage?
Disk means like a spaces, like memory means RAM. Okay, so that's if your mobile you are buying an Android phone, you are checking. We have 4 GB RAM and 64 GB space. Yeah, 8 GB RAM, 128 GB hard drive, right? So
Yeah.
disk that is a hard drive. Okay, so we have we have a hard drive, one disk, because in here no like one server we can attach in AWS no, in one server we can attach multiple disks. Okay, multiples like if it is a Windows, right? So we are creating a C drive, D drive, E drive, F drive. How many drives? Based on that requirement you can create a multiple drive, right?
Yeah.
You are getting my point.
Yeah.
If I'll go to that, see, if I'll go to that this desktop. Okay, so how many disks we have? Two. Yeah, right. So if I'll go to the contributing, we have a C drive and D drive. If I'll go to the my
Oh,
system, understood? If
yeah.
I'll go to the my system, so how many drives we have? C drive and D drive.
Yeah.
The same way it was here, it was showing. So how many drive we do have? Okay.
In nice. What is
What is this? Inodes, right?
it? In nice.
What you are asking? IOPS?
Yeah.
Okay. So just to search IOPS, what is IOPS? Then you will understand. There will be a disk input output performance that is called as a IOPS. Okay, so input output performance. Okay, you can see. So if I'll go to the here now, you can see, right. So IOPS, this is a read and write. Okay, and Q length. Okay, so in that we have a performance, right. So read performance is 14.5 per second and write performance is 16 per second, right. So it was started the host this time, and they are giving the performance. So every time it is increasing and decreasing. Okay. So that is called as IOPS. Disk latency means disk space. Okay. Read time, how much it is taking. Write time, how much it is taking. Okay. Disk, that is called disk latency. Usage means it was total data was disk data was 10 GB, and in that 2.3 GB it was in use. Okay. Inodes available. Okay. So Linux we have a inodes. Okay. iNodes are available. So we have 100% nodes. In that 99% is available. Okay. In only Linux we have iNodes. Okay. Windows don't have iNodes. If I'll go to the host or Windows host, Okay, and if I'll go to the disk don't have inodes. Okay, just we have a input output performance, disk latency, and disk space usage. We don't have inodes. Inodes only available in Linux family. Understood?
Yeah.
So you can install the agent, right?
Oh, yes. And what was the other NIC?
Yeah, network interface. Okay, so now if I'll go to the host, so we have a NIC. Okay, NIC means NIC there will be a network card. Okay, so I will show you that. One second. Let me go to the control panel. Go to the uninstalled where it is. Let me know. Yeah. Okay. Don't have. Yeah. Okay. So NIC there will be a network NIC card. Okay. So in that we are adding a net. Have you seen that VPN? We are creating a network zone, right?
Uh-huh.
Have you used anytime VPN, virtual private network?
No.
You are not connecting a
Am I using VPN?
you are using VPN, right, for some of the application login, right?
Yeah.
So what they did is in backend they have created one NIC, okay, okay, and you can see here NIC full form. First you understand full form, okay? Hey, not this one.
Not this one, right?
Yeah, NIC card in network. Network fish. Okay. So a network interface card means NIC card, okay, is a hardware component. It's just component, okay. You need to enable in your attach in your system, okay. That's why I was going in my laptop whether whether this NIC software has been installed or not, okay. So this is a NIC card, okay, this kind just like a chip, okay. So
Yeah.
to connect, okay, so same way if you are creating any like any VPN you are creating, they'll give you one in that attach one, they'll attach in that VM one network interface control, NIC card, okay. And NIC card, this is a hardware component, okay, which computer cannot be connect over a network, okay. Is a circuit based installed. That's why I was checking whether it has been installed in the system. Is a circuit based install, okay. Installed in a computer that provide details network connection of the to the computer. It also called as a network interface controller, a network adapter, a LAN. Okay. Through if a network interface is not there, it will not connect to. You cannot connect, right? If network interface is not attached, you cannot log into the server, right? They are providing a network, right, to the
Yeah.
systems. Then only you can connect. So for network interface, what they're giving the traffic details, packet details, quality details, and connectivity, whether connectivity is connected or not. whether this NIC once enabled, then it is connected with systems or not. Okay. And here we have a network service. In that we have a DNS query, domain name system, and DNS error. Okay. This feature also has been added recently. Okay.
Your voice is
Hmm? Yeah. So earlier it was not there. Earlier it was CPU, memory, network disk. Recently it was added network interface. Once you have
I can't hear you.
your voice is breaking. What you are trying to say?
Your voice is distorting that
I can't understand what you are trying to say. Can you speak a bit louder? Yeah. Your voice is decreasing. No. No, it's fine. No, why it is happening? Yeah. And here, once so it will capture. You can see that if anything has a problem, you can see over here. This is the availability. Okay. So running. Okay. Then how many process here it is getting monitored. This many process are running. Then events in the log files. Okay. So you can see for all the hosts. So host you can see here. Okay. So you understood how to install the agent, right? Okay. Now we are moving to how to install environment ActiveGate. Okay. So environment ActiveGate where you can install. So you can install in two ways. Either if you are in deployment status page, here we have also ActiveGate. Okay. So install ActiveGate. First here from here also you can do that. Second, you can go it from here. Back to the back deploy to Dynatrace. Start you can see here. Install ActiveGate. Extend your monitoring. Now you understood. So what is the purpose of ActiveGate? So purpose of ActiveGate is used for multiple purpose. Okay. Route one agent traffic to Dynatrace, monitor cloud environment, monitor remote technology with extension, synthetic monitoring from a private location, yeah, mainframe traffic to Dynatrace. So this many. Okay. Apart from that, if you want to uh, do some memory dumps, if you want to take a memory dump, it will ask you to. You should have that environment ActiveGate. You can see, right? Configure ActiveGate. So, and it is a multiple purpose. Okay, it required you should have that environment ActiveGate. Okay, so for environment ActiveGate, my voice is clear, right?
Yeah.
So to install a environment ActiveGate, you should have that 2 GB RAM. Okay, minimum. Okay, minimum 2 GB RAM is required. Okay. Yeah, in server side. Okay, so this is the infrastructure side. And 2 virtual CPU. Yeah, CPU. So RAM is 2 GB and 2 virtual CPU. Okay, minimum. Okay, based on the requirement, right? If you are using, you have a multiple, uh, you have a lot of servers, then we can increase the RAM, right? Based on the data, how much data you are receiving, right? So based on that, we can expand our uh, that size. Okay, so suppose in one room, if it is one member should sleep, then it's a very generic, right? This is a small room. You can provide that he can easily sleep. If they have a lot of luggage and they need to do a lot of do that, then you need to increase the size, right? The same way we can here also, right? If you want to do less traffic, less data here over here, then 2 GB RAM, 2 virtual CPU is enough. I think 4 GB RAM, 2 virtual CPU. Not okay. And if it is more members required, more data is coming. then surely we should increase our space, right? Increase our potential, that infrastructure potential. So first, what we need to do is, so what we need first, we need to configure a VM first. Okay. So VM first is we need to go to the EC2 instance running, launch instance. Okay. Then I'm taking a same VM with 2 virtual CPU, 4 GB RAM. Okay. It required 2 virtual CPU, 4 GB RAM. Okay. So it is a medium environment. Okay. I'm taking a medium environment. Configuration details, 1 server. Okay. Storage is required around 50 to 60 GB. Tag, that's fine. No tag, I don't need any tag. Here we have a security groups. Okay, so I'm taking all traffic. Review, launch. I'm taking agent. Same password I'm taking for this server also. Okay. So now VM is getting launched. Click on view instance. So we can add the name is called environment ActiveGate. ActiveGate, just a minute. Okay. So this is our ActiveGate. So this is our public IP. You should go session SSH. You have reached maximum number of safe sessions. Okay, that's fine. So let's delete that. Can you hear me? I have reached a maximum number of sessions. Okay, so not allowing me to log in the server. The trial version. Okay, so this is not a paid version. So trial we have a limitation. Okay, now I'll go to the server, copy this to the server, paste it. Username is, so username will be a EC2-user. Advanced SSH, use private key. Take this agent.pem file, open. Okay. So now we are logged to different server. Okay. So what we need to do is the fresh VM. So first we need to become a root user. Sudo space su. Now we need to install wget. So yum install wget. Okay. What happened? Okay, now what we need to do is we need to go to the here. So I'm going with first location. Okay, first steps. Okay, if I need three, so I need to first server I need to log in this one. Second server I need to take, and three servers. So for this three, it should have a 3 PMs. Okay, so copy this and paste it. That's it. Then second steps. Third step. That's it. Now it's successful downloaded. Stopping the Dynatrace server, verifying the signature, then starting a Dynatrace get back. Okay, so successful, connected, right? So and now we'll go to the deployment status. So you can see here, right? So we went with first steps. So first steps, you can see, right? AWS is disabled. Okay. Plugin is disabled. VMware, all those things are enabled, right? So in first steps, what are the things will come? It is coming always. So you can see here. The first step is one agent traffic to Dynatrace. Monitor cloud environment. So cloud environments in any environment, right? So AWS part is disabled. So we need to enable that. Then monitor remote and one agent traffic. That's it, right? So we need to enable that AWS and we need to enable that memory dumps, right? I'll show you the next class how to enable that AWS part when I will do integration with AWS. Okay. So that time again we need to, okay. And I'll show that when I'll take a memory dump, I'll show that how to enable and how to take a memory dump. Okay. Understood, right?
Yeah.
So when I will do integration with AWS, no? AWS, so this integration. This integration I will show you with AWS. That time again we need to enable and do a lot of configurations. So I will show you that how to enable that. Okay. That's it. Can you ping me his in phone number that who is interested for training?
Oh, yeah, yeah. What is Kubernetes?
Yeah, so Kubernetes is a orchestration tools. Okay, it's open source and orchestration tools. Okay, So what is happening, like if you have a Kubernetes, okay, so give me a minute, 1 second. So just to understand what is Kubernetes, right? That you understand, want to understand. Okay? So Kubernetes is a open source orchestration tools. Okay, so we'll call it a, it is a orchestration tool. Okay. Okay. So orchestration means if you have a mass, so just to understand the architecture, then you will understand it. If you have a container based application, okay. So just to understand the architecture, okay. So here we have a master server, okay. So do you know container? Okay. In one system, how many Google Chrome you can install? Only one, right? If you have a container, so if you have a container in one system, you can install, if you have a 500 container, then you can install 500 the same software, something like so just to understand, okay. So in this is a master node, okay. So Kubernetes architecture, this is a master node and this is a worker node, okay. This is a worker node, okay. So worker, we have a multiple worker, okay. In the master node, what we have is called as a container, okay. So this is a container. So inside the container, we have a runtime, okay. So this is a container. This is also container. So as a Docker container, okay. So inside the container, okay. So container. So in under the master node, we have there is a concept is called in Kubernetes is called as a pod. So one pod have a one container, yeah, multiple container, okay. So this also comes under one pod. This is also under one pod. So we can by a command we can understand that how many pods are running inside the worker node. So you can, if I'll go to the environment, you can see Kubernetes. I will take OpenShift. Okay. So you can see the pods. So how many pods we have? 107 pods. So if you want to see view all workloads, so this is your workload, right? So 116 cloud application we have. So this is a name space, demonstrate running one, memory is one. This is a, okay. So you can see that, okay. So if I'll go to one step back, so how many pods are running? 107 pods, 107 pods, okay. So how many pods are running, okay. Then limits, available, cluster events, okay. So just to understand now architecture. So under the container, we install some service, okay. Application service, okay. So one pod have a multiple container. Yeah, one pod has a one container. Okay, so this is a container one, container two. This is a, so this comes under some, this container will run inside the pod. Okay, so pod has a own IP address. Okay, so this pod has a one IP address. This pod has a one IP address, and this pod has a one IP address. Okay, then so this is called as a P1, P2, P3. We can call it. Okay, then there is a, here in a worker node, we have is called kubeproxy. Okay, this is the Kubernetes component. Okay, this is called as a kubeproxy. So kubeproxy work is responsible for networking part. Okay, so this master to worker should connect, right? So in orchestration means automatically that orchestrate. Okay, so that VM should be orchestrated automatically. It should be a suspended. Okay, it should be the off. Okay, so automatically. So we have some applications. We have some sale activity. There is a too much load on your applications, right? So Amazons and all the and some of the DMart, yeah, we can say that some of that big applications, they have a big billion sale, yeah, something, right? And Christmas also they are giving the sales offer, right? So they have expected 500 yeah 5,000 users request per minute, but it reach around 25. It is unexpected, right? It is, so what we can do is via orchestration automatically based on the requirement, they'll increase the size of the VM. So application will be automatically deployed all those things in backend. So yeah, that transaction should not fail, and smoothly they can people can access their website. And once transaction goes down, automatically it will delete the VM. Okay, so that is called as the orchestration, right? So kube proxy is networking part, handling responsible for networking part. Okay. Here we have agents. Okay. So this is called as a kubelet. So kubelet is called agent. Okay. Dynatrace has an agent, right? Installing the agent. Okay. Same way to communicate master with worker, we have a in every worker node we have a kubelet agent. Okay. Understood? So communication between master and worker. Okay. So just to understand that kubelet is communication between master and worker. Okay. Now we are coming to master. So what are the components we have for masters? So master main component is called, one is called API server. So API server is the main communication channel. The main communication channel. Main communication channel. Okay. So responsible for API server. Okay. Then we have a etcd. So etcd, this is a you can say that a master has a own database. Okay. So etcd, so you can say that this masters, this is a own database, store all the informations. Okay. So this is the own database. So they have a default database, right? If you install it, okay, masters. So this, they have a own database. Okay. Then there is a, this you can say that this is called a database. Then we have a scheduler. So scheduler task is responsible for which payload running on which machine. So we have multiple worker, right? So this is a one VM. Okay. The same way we have a worker node 2, worker node 3, we have a multiple worker. Okay. So just like a W1 to WN. Okay. Based on that scheduler, so it will communicate with all the worker node, and so whenever something goes wrong, yeah, some new things was added, where it should go and sit there in that container should sit. So their task. Okay, so the scheduler task. Okay. So which payload means which container should run on which machine. So he is the responsible for that. Okay. Are you getting my point? Are there?
Yeah, I'm getting your point.
Okay. There is one more component we have, that is called cloud control manager. Cloud control manager. Okay. So responsible for the cloud service providing channel. Okay. Okay. So this is responsible for cloud service providing. Okay. Responsible for cloud service, responsible for other cloud service. Okay. So some of the service running on AWS, some of the service running on GCP, some of the service running on Azure, yeah, some different cloud. Yeah, VMware, right? So this cloud control manager manages the other clouds environment also. Okay, if some of the, so we have a different worker node, right? And suppose 5 worker node is running on AWS, 5 worker node is running on Azure, 5 worker node running on AWS, right? So based on that, we need to, there should have that on master. We have a cloud control manager. They're controlling all those things. They're responsible for other cloud service providers contacting, so for they're contacting with other service cloud provider. Okay, so this complete environment, it is called as a Kubernetes cluster.
So emotions are made together with
Yeah, your voice is breaking.
M4 and V4 are they the same or different?
Can you tell me again what you're trying to say?
M4.
1 second, your voice is very low. Increase my. Can you increase your volume? I think you have. Is a M core same with V core? What is M core?
Can you go up to the Dynatrace page?
1 second. What are you trying to say?
Can you go back to the Dynatrace page?
Hmm. Oh, this is you're calling about M core.
Yeah, I thought I saw M4 somewhere. So there are only cores. So what is core three?
1 second. For which one? Dynatrace, Kubernetes?
Yeah, on the Dynatrace.
Dynatrace course fee you are asking about?
Yeah.
Who is looking for? That your friend, right?
No, I'm saying what is core in
This is right core total.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the hardware part. Okay, so this is a cluster. Okay, so cluster we have a 5 core CPU, 3 core CPU, 2 core CPU. Okay, so you can see here, right? So we have a, you can see here, so CPU. Okay, so this CPU has a M core, 2 core. So this is a total number of 2 core, 4 core, 6 core interval, right? So they are using how much? So CPU total consumption is 6.5 core. Okay, these are like cores. Okay, if you go to the hard drive in that hard drive architecture, all that, in that we have a CPU core. Okay, okay, so that's what I was giving. You can see, right? So it is consuming 6.5 core. Okay, CPU total was 6.5 core. In that it was consumed 4 cores. Okay, 4 core CPU, 2 core CPU, 3 core CPU. If you'll go, if you'll see system property,
Oh, okay.
1 second, I'll show you. Receiving i5 processor, this is a CPU, right? 10210 CPU. Okay, so this is a core CPU. Okay, so that information I was telling you. Okay, hardware. Okay, understood? So this is your Kubernetes architecture. Okay, so Kubernetes has a master node and worker node, and master node has a 4 components: API server, etcd database, scheduler, and cloud control manager. On worker node, we have a two. One we have a container. Container will come inside the pod. Okay. So if you see any of the container host, I'll go to the host. You can see inside the container what are the things are running. You can see Kubernetes host K8. Let me wait. Go via tag. You can see Kubernetes how many hosts we have. Okay, so we have a 3 nodes. Okay, so call as a K8. You can see, so we have a process and containers. Okay, you can see view containers. So these are the containers. Okay, so this container is consuming 7 amps core. Okay, okay, just to see. What is core in CPU? Okay, just to understand. The multi-core processor. What is CPU? CPU is a CPU core is a CPU processor. Okay. Okay. In the old days, even every processor had just one core. Okay. That could focus on one task at a time. Okay. So now we are doing a multitasking, right? So we have a. So what is core in processor? In summary, core is a small CPU. The small CPU or processor. See, so if you installing some of the software or something, it will consume some process, right? Yeah, so that's information they're giving that. In summary, a core is a small CPU or processor built in a big CPU. Okay, so we have bunch of CPU in that each part, how much you are consuming, how much I am consuming, how much they are consuming, right? So they need to give the complete information, right? So what you have consumed, what I have consumed, what they have consumed, right? And then they need to complete information they have given. Can independently perform all process and component tasks. For this perspective, we can consider it a core to be a smaller CPU or a smaller processor. Okay? The smaller processor, you can say that. If you want to see some core processors, some image you can see. And then this is the hardware part. Then this is even core 1, core 2, core 2, core 3. You can see, right? So that was a 6 core, 5 core, 5 core. So that we need to have. Okay. Understood?
Yep, got it.
So, and so you can see, if I'll go to the Dynatrace portal. So this container, okay, so this is a container. So this container is CPU consumption is Dynatrace 1 agent, right? You can see 7.36 M cores. Okay. Memory, how much is consuming? Only 200, 300 MB, right? Because one agent installed, right? You can see something like 250, 44 MB. So this is I told you, right? Control manager, cloud control manager, right? So kube control manager is a Docker master control manager is consuming how much? 44 MB, just 44 MB. Memory and throttling. So in that we have a throttling. Okay. So you can see in container, I'll teach you next class what is throttling. Okay. So same way. So that's the same way. Okay. So this is the container. Inside the container, some services run. Okay. Understood?
Yeah.
Okay then. You need recording also, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'll send you that. Okay then. Yeah, I'll send you that.
Thank you.
What is his name? AVA 14.
No, his name is Avi.
Avi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, sure. So he's interested?
Yeah, he was saying he's interested yesterday. So talk to him about the class. And
Hmm.
like he wanted to know if they're gonna get a job in this and if his training is enough,
Hmm.
at least for like something that can get people started. So talk to him about that and then he will get
Yeah,
back.
yeah, sure. Let him discuss it and I'll ping
Okay.
you all that. Okay. Okay then. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.